Do you know that email marketing can make up to 30% of your total sales? And not only that, using email marketing, you can be making sales on autopilot without the need to pay any dollar. Hi there, I am Rihab. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are already a friend, so most probably you have heard me many times talking about the importance of email marketing. I'm a big fan of email marketing, and I truly believe that without an email marketing system, it's very hard to create a strong, sustainable e-commerce business. So what strategies you should be adopting, how to create your email marketing system, and what are the best practices to ensure that you are leveraging email marketing and you are acing it? Well, I'm going to reply to all of these questions and much more in this video, so make sure to watch it up until the end. Before starting with our topic, there are 3 things that I want you to do. The first thing is to like this video, because by liking it, you will help me to reach more and more people. The second thing is I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell, because in this way you will be notified each time I publish a new video. And the third thing is I want to invite you to sign up to my free workshop. In this free workshop, I show you the exact framework that you should be applying to your business in order to make it sustainable and strong. So if you are looking to create a sustainable, strong e-commerce business, I highly recommend you to go down and to sign up to this free workshop. It's 100% free and you don't need to pay any dollar. And now let's get back to our topic and let's discuss why you must have an email marketing system in place. Well, email marketing should be your best retention tool because it gives you the chance to educate your audience and to reply to any objections that stop them to buy from you before. And not only that, it gives you the chance to get your old customers to come back to your store and to buy from you again and again. And this is very important in order to make your business sustainable. And if you are running paid ads, email marketing will be working as a support system for your ads and will greatly help you to increase your ads' return on investment. Now that you understand the importance of email marketing, let's discuss how you are going actually to create this email marketing system. Well, there are many software online that you can use. However, my favorite one is Klaviyo. This is the software I use for all of my clients and for all of the stores I work on. Well, there are many reasons of why I think Klaviyo is the best. But in my opinion, the first reason is that in Klaviyo, I find everything I need in one place. Like literally, with Klaviyo, I can create everything I want regarding email marketing without the need to use any other app or any other software. The second reason of why I favorite Klaviyo is that it's very friendly user. So even if you are a complete beginner, you don't need to worry about using Klaviyo. It's very easy and it's very straightforward. And in this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial of how to use Klaviyo, so you don't need to worry about this at all. Also, Klaviyo has very smooth integrations with Shopify and Facebook ads, and these integrations make your life and your work way easier. Finally, and this might be my favorite thing about Klaviyo, is that using Klaviyo, you can send emails to people based on their behaviors. And we are going to talk more about that through this video. So don't worry about that, stay with me and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. And now let's move to my screen to see how to use Klaviyo. But before doing that, let me remind you that at the end of this video, I'm going to show you my best practices in order to make your emails more engaging and in order to make more sales using your emails. So make sure to watch this video up until the end. The first thing we are going to start with is to set up Klaviyo and to add it to your store. So this is a example store that I have created. So I'm going in here to Shopify App Store and I'm going to click on Add App. This is the Klaviyo app. I'm going to click on Add App. When I go in here, I click on Install App. And here I can either to sign in or I need to sign up. Okay, I'm going to click on sign up, and in here you fill all of your information and you click on get started. I'm going to fill them privately and I'm going to get back to you. So now I have signed up to Klaviyo and I'm going to start the installation process. So in here I should put my website address, and in here I should choose the category, and I'm going to choose Shopify and I'm going to click on continue. Here I can enter my URL. I'm going to keep it as it is and I'm going to connect Shopify account. Now Klaviyo is finalizing the installation. I need to fill all of the information in here and click on continue. I'm going to fill them privately and I'm going to get back to you. After filling your private information, your address and your phone number, now you need to fill the information related to your branding, like the colors and things like that and the logo. So let's see how to fill them and what information you need to give to Klaviyo. So in here you have to first upload the logo. If you upload it in here, Klaviyo will be using this logo through all the emails and through all the templates. So I recommend you to fill it in here. In here you choose your brand colors. I also recommend you to do that from here, and you even change the font. We have talked a little bit about colors and fonts and the importance of branding in one of the previous videos on this YouTube channel. So if you don't know yet what colors you are using or what are your font, I highly recommend you to do that now, because it's very important to keep a consistent experience through everything, through all of your content pieces, whether they are emails, ads, posts, or anything else. So in here you are seeing an email template based on the information you have entered in here. Let me change this to red, for example. And now the link is in red. If I change this to, for example, orange, now I will have the button in orange, and so on. I'm going to click on continue to proceed to the next step. So here I should be choosing the top goal. I'm going to click on earn more revenue, and I'm going to click on continue. So now I'm inside of Klaviyo. This is the Klaviyo dashboard, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, the first thing you should be doing is to go in here to your integrations and to make sure that it's well integrated with Shopify. You click on Shopify in here. You make sure that you have your right store URL. In here, you click on collect email subscribers. You precise the list where you want your email subscribers to be added. Okay, I'm going to choose newsletter because this is the logical choice. And if you are collecting SMS, you can do this in here, but this is not the topic of our video. In here, you click on update Shopify customer profiles with Klaviyo data. I don't do that. And in here, you click on update settings. You click on update integration. And now you have your integration updated. So everything that you do in Klaviyo will now be directly live on your Shopify store. Okay, the first thing we are going to start with is the sign-up forms or the pop-up forms. And they are the forms that you will be using to collect your customers' leads or your visitors' leads. Because at the end, if you want to send emails, you must first collect your customers' emails. There are 3 types of forms that I recommend you to have on your store. The first one is the embedded form, the one you will have on your homepage or in your footer. And the second one is the welcome pop-up, and the third one is the exit intent pop-up. The welcome pop-up is the pop-up that will show after people visit your store, maybe directly, maybe after some time, maybe after they scroll like 60% of your page or something like that. And the exit intent pop-up is the one that shows when people are about to leave your store. When it comes to forms, you can either choose to have a pop-up or to have a flyout or to have an embedded form. Okay, now let me show you how to create these pop-ups or these flyouts. You go in here to your sign up forms, you click here and you start creating your first sign up form. I'm going here to click on create sign up forms, and now I'm creating my first one. So this is the default template provided by Klaviyo. You can definitely change it, add image, add more text, whatever you want. I'm gonna just walk you a little bit around this, and then I will show you how to modify it. So here I'm telling Klaviyo that I want people who enter their emails to be added to the newsletter list, and this is exactly what you want to do. Okay, so you want to collect your customers' leads inside of your newsletter list. This is your main list. This is the list that you will be contacting on maybe weekly basis. This is the list that you will be sending promotions, offers, and things like that. In here, you are telling Klaviyo to only show it to people who are not Klaviyo profiles, which means that you are telling Klaviyo not to show this pop-up for people who already gave you their emails, which is a smart choice to do. In here, you can tell Klaviyo when you want this pop-up to show, on which pages, and where. Okay? Pro tip here, I highly recommend you to create 2 pop-ups. one for mobiles and one for desktops, because in this way you will make sure that your pop-up looks perfect on all devices. Also, another pro tip here, whenever you want to collect your customers' leads, you must be offering them something. You can't ask customers to give you their emails in return of nothing. So you must be offering something. Either you offer a discount, maybe 15% discount, or you offer some kind of intensive, maybe a freebie, maybe a free ebook, maybe a free shipping coupon code, whatever you want, but the most important thing is to offer them something valuable. So now let's get back in here and let's see how to modify this form more. In here you change the header of the form, and in here you can change the body copy, and in here you can change the remaining of the text related to the success message. So thanks for subscribing. This is shown after someone actually subscribed. Okay, and here you have two options. Okay, so let's say, for example, you are offering 15% discount. Either you send the discount, the coupon code, to your customers to their email address. So this means that after they subscribe, they should go to their email address and they should get the coupon code from there, which means that you will have a little bit more friction because your visitor needs to do two steps. He needs to first enter the email, then he needs to go to the email address and to check the coupon code there, or you enter the coupon code directly in here inside of the success message. When you enter the coupon code inside of the success message, this means that the coupon code will be a static coupon code common between all of your customers. However, if you choose to send the coupon code to the email address, you can create a dynamic coupon code that's unique for each of your customers. And why this is very important? Because it means that you can create unique coupon codes that have an expiry date. And this is also a very important tip. Whenever you want to offer something, always make it limited in time, because this will increase scarcity and this will push people to take action and to directly buy from you, because they will be scared that they might be missing the offer. So what I recommend you to do is to create a dynamic coupon code. I'm going to show you how to do that in 1 minute in Klaviyo, and to send this coupon code to your visitors or to your leads through the welcome flow that we are also going to create in this tutorial. So in here, I'm going to promise them to join the club. Maybe I'm going to click join the club and earn $10. For sure, if you are designing this to your store, you have to make sure that this pop-up looks perfect and very professional. If you want to get inspiration, I highly recommend you to go to top brands in your niche and see how they are designing their pop-ups and get inspired. So I'm going to keep everything else in place. Here, for sure, you can change the colors to match your brand colors. And here you can change how this will be displayed, whether you want it fly out, which means coming from here, or if you wanted a pop-up, which means coming in the middle. Okay, I'm going to click here on Open an Editor to show you more options. So here under styles, you can modify the templates. You can add an image here if you wish, or you can add the image from here if you wish, or you can keep it without an image. In here, you can change the width. Okay, it depends on how much you want your pop-up to be large. And in here, you can change all the other details regarding the colors, the padding, everything else. Okay, here you change the behavior, which means how this pop-up will be showing and when, and all of these details. So here you can choose to show it immediately on page load, which is something I don't recommend you to do. I recommend you to give your visitors some time to know you before showing them directly your pop-up. So I usually make the following. I make it appear when someone scrolls more than 60% of the page. So in here, you click on don't show it again after submitting form, or go to URL action, which is something very essential. And in here, you can decide how many times you want to show it to the same visitor. I usually put in here 2 weeks. I guess it's more than enough. In here, you choose where to show it. As I told you before, I prefer to have 2 pop-ups for each device. So I'm going to click on desktop only. And here you can choose how to close it. This is actually a new option, I guess. And in here, you can show for whom you are going to show this pop-up. So I'm going to show it to all visitors no, this is not a right choice, because this means that people who already gave me their emails will be seeing this pop-up again and again, and this is not something I want. So I want to keep this default option, which means don't show it to existing Klaviyo profiles. In here, you can precise where to show it and in which locations. Well, concerning the pages where you want to show this pop-up, usually when you are starting out, you want to show it everywhere else. However, if you are on a much advanced stage and you are doing things like birthday flows and more personalized flows, you might be creating pop-ups that you want to show only on blog posts, for example, or maybe on certain product pages. So in here, you can modify this. Now, which is something new, with Klaviyo, you can add a second step to your pop-up, which means you can tell Klaviyo that after entering the email, you want your customers to do a second step, maybe enter their phone number or their birthday and things like that. So you click here on add a step and you simply add the step. And in here, you change your success message. As I told you, I recommend you to keep the coupon code inside of your flow, because in this way, you will be able to create a dynamic coupon code that expires within days. Since the store I'm using is a developer store, I can't actually publish this pop-up on my store. However, just by simply clicking on publish, you will be able to see the pop-up directly on your store. As easy as that. And also, if you update anything about your sign-up form, the update will be directly seen on your Shopify store. So this is how you create your sign-up forms. In this example, I have created the welcome one. You can create the exit intent one with the same logic. You go in here to behavior, and instead of choosing to show it after scrolling 60% of the page, you choose in here to show it when visitors is exiting the page, and in this way you will have your exit intent pop-up. As simple as that. And for sure, for the exit intent pop-up, you should change the text. Maybe instead of saying welcome, you say, for example, take this offer before leaving, or something like that. Also, for inspiration, I highly recommend you to check top brands in your niche and see what they are doing, and in this way it will be way easier for you to design these pop-ups. So now, after creating your pop-ups, the second thing I want to talk about is how to create static coupon codes and dynamic coupon codes on Klaviyo. The most important coupon codes, in my opinion, are the dynamic ones, because you can create them with an expiry date, and this is, as I said before, very important in order to increase scarcity and urgency. So you go in here, and under coupon, you start create your own coupon codes. You click on create Shopify coupon, and in here you name your coupon, and in here you choose the first part you want to have inside of your coupon name, since we are creating a dynamic one. So for example, I can create welcome 10. I'm gonna call it welcome discount. Now Klaviyo will be sending the discount codes to people, and for everyone it will be like welcome 10 with something else with numbers after this. So I'm going to click on fixed amount. I'm going to make it 10 on entire order. You can require minimum purchase, let's say $100. You want to activate it at send time, which means it will be only activated when the customer receives this coupon code. And in here, you can choose to make it expires in 3 days. And you click on create coupon. If you want to add the coupon code inside of the thank you pop-up, you must be, in this case, creating a static coupon code, which is something I don't recommend, because you don't have an expiry date, which means you will not be creating any kind of scarcity or urgency. So you create your coupon code in here, and you embed this coupon code inside of the first email in your welcome flow, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a few seconds. So now let me talk a little bit about lists and segments, because it's actually very important. Lists are static lists, which means like, for example, the newsletter. This is the list that will have all of our customers who opted in through our forms, okay? But segments are dynamics, which means you can create segments out of your lists depending on your customers' behaviors. Let's say, for example, you want to create a segment of all the customers who bought, for example, the white shoes. So you can do that. Or you want to create a segment of all the customers who, for example, opened your emails in the last 3 months. Or maybe you want to create a segment of all the customers who bought, for example, the white bag because simply you are now launching a new white shoes that goes perfectly well with the old white bag. So as you can see, using segments, you can target people depending on their behavior and depending on their history. So there are infinite things that you can do in here. There are many options that you can play around when you get more familiar with Klaviyo, and when you have much more emails on your email list, you can be actually doing a lot of segmentation, and this will increase a lot the conversion rate of your emails. Okay, I'm gonna just give you a small example. For example, this is a segment. This is created by default by Shopify. It's for people who engage in the last 3 months. So I'm going to show you how to read this segment to understand how to create other ones like it. So in here you go to settings. In here you can see the name. If you go in here to edit definition, you can see the definition of this segment. So this segment have all people. What they have done, they have opened email at least once in the last 90 days. So the definition of engagement in here is 3 months engagement. So what someone has done or not done, opened email at least one time in the last 90 days. Okay, here for example you are saying or, so either someone opened the email or someone clicked inside of the email. So it's what someone has done or not done, clicked email at least once in the last 90 days. Let me now show you how you can add another condition. I'm going to click on and. By and, I'm creating a condition that must be met. With the or, I'm creating a condition that can be met. So it's or. Here it's and. I'm going to click on and. I'm going to click on, let's say, for example, what someone has done or not done. Let's say active on site at least one in the last, for example, 30 days. Okay, and I click here on update segment. So this segment is dynamic, which means the profiles inside of the segment are being updated once they meet the conditions of this segment. If you are starting out, I want you to keep it simple, and you might get inspired by the default segments created by Klaviyo. Don't make it very complicated. Your email list might be still very small to care about segments for now, but later on down the road you have to focus on that, because using segments you can make personalized emails and personalized experience, which will most probably increase the efficiency of your emails and of your campaigns. Now, after we finished with the lists and segments, let me start to talk about flows. Well, flows are very important, and they are actually what will make you direct money, and they are automated, which means you set them once and this is it. You just need to optimize them with time and maybe to add emails to them and things like that, but they run smoothly by themselves. So the most important flows that you should be creating are the welcome flow, the abundant cart flow, and the thank you flow. And I'm going to explain each one of them and show you how to create them. The welcome flow is a series of email that we send for people who opted into our pop-up. So let's say I visited your store, I saw your pop-up, which gives me maybe 10% discount, and I opted in through this pop-up. When I do that, I should start receiving your welcome flow, which should be a series of email that introduce your brand, give me my coupon code, and push me into buying from your store and into creating this connection with your brand. The welcome flow is a very important flow that will bring us money because we are sending a coupon code inside of this welcome flow. People want to get the coupon code, so they will go to their emails and they will open the first email in order to get this coupon code. To create this flow, you just go in here to flows. You can either start from scratch or you can use Klaviyo's template. I'm actually going to start with Klaviyo's template because this makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to choose my list. It's a newsletter. This means that people, when they sign up to my newsletter, they will be receiving this flow. So this is the welcome flow, and as you can see, it's a series of emails. Okay, so it's triggered when someone subscribed to my newsletter, which is exactly the trigger I want. I want this flow to be sent to people who subscribed to my newsletter because they want to get their coupon code. So The first email should be the email where I'm giving them their coupon code. So it's the gift, okay? In this email, I highly recommend you to introduce your brand, to talk about your brand values and mission, and to make sure that your customers fall in love with what you are selling. One of the best tips that I can ever give you is to leverage storytelling. So try to tell the story of your brand in this email. Try to create the strong connection with your customers. So what we are going to do inside of this email, as I said before, is to introduce the brand and to give the coupon code. And you have to tell your customers that this coupon code will be expiring within few days. I usually recommend you to keep it simple with 3 days and maximum of 7 days. 3 days is more than enough actually. So this is the first email we are going to send. For this email, you can go in here to edit. You start here by changing the subject line. Here you change the preview text, and here you edit the content. This is the default welcome email provided by Klaviyo. I highly recommend you to personalize this email to make it fit with your own brand. So in here you can check the desktop view, and in here you can check the mobile view. In here you can drag and drop elements if you want to add them. So for example, like this, I can drop an element, a text. In here you change the content of the text. In here I can add tables, I can add buttons, I can change the styles and everything all around. Klaviyo editor is very rich, so I highly recommend you to go in here and to play around with all the options to get familiar with Klaviyo, because in this way you will be able to customize your emails the way you want them to be. So after doing that, you click on Save Content. As I told you before, it's very important to introduce your dynamic coupon code in here and to tell your customers that it's limited in time. So you click in here and you click on Save. And after finishing that, you move on to the next email on your welcome flow. For the welcome flow, I recommend you to at least have 3 emails. The first one is where you introduce your brand and the coupon code. And the second one, I recommend you to send either a content email where you talk about tips related to your niche, or maybe you can send a blog article from your store, or maybe you can send a pre-sale article about your bestseller product. But whatever you are sending, make sure that what you are sending will indirectly lead to a sale. So what you are sending should be linking back to one of your products. In the second email, don't forget to remind your customers that the coupon code is about to expire. And in the third email, you tell them that they only have maybe 1 day left in order to use the coupon code. So this is the basic welcome flow. This is the basic bare minimum that you should be creating. If you want to take this to a next level, you should be sending more content email, more pre-sale articles, more content that actually is valuable to your customers and that's related to your niche. If you want to change the delay between the emails you are sending, you click in here and you change the delay from here. After finishing your flow, you simply go in here, you click on Update All Action Status, and you make them all live. In this way, Klaviyo will be sending these emails once someone subscribes to your newsletter list. After finishing the welcome flow, we move to the abundant cart flow, and this is actually a very important flow that will bring you also a lot of money, because those are people who actually went to the checkout, entered their emails, but they didn't buy. So in this flow, we want to give them an intensive and we want to push them into buying from us. Okay, this is a very important flow. So I'm going back to Klaviyo to create this flow, and I'm going actually to start with the default one. I'm going to click on Get Started. So as you can see, the trigger is when someone checkout started, and we are filtering by placed order, which means if someone placed order during this flow, he will be getting out of the flow and he will not be receiving the remaining of the emails. Okay, so this is the first delay in here. It's wait for hours. We send the first email. After 20 hours, we send our second email. On those emails, we want to remind the customer that they have left something on the cart. I highly recommend you to offer an incentive. Usually, I do the following. I split in here my flow between people, for example, who added like $100 to the cart and people who added less than $100 to the cart, and I offer those high purchases a direct discount. The other ones, maybe I offer them a discount after a few days. Editing this flow is very similar to editing your welcome flow. It's nothing complicated. You follow the same steps and this is it. You click here on save and exit, and the third flow we are going to talk about is the thank you flow. This flow actually will not bring you direct sales, but it's very important for your customers' experience. It's very important to make sure that your customers will be leaving positive reviews on your store. So this thank you flow is a flow that we send for people who bought from us. The first email should be directly the email we send after the purchase, and it has the highest open rate ever between, because everyone wants to open the thank you email to make sure that they actually purchase the right item. In this email, you have to tell your customers how they can reach out to you, your shipping conditions, how many days they should be waiting until they receive the product, and things like that. After the first email, you can send another email where you tell your customers about other products on your store, or you tell them to follow you on Instagram or on Facebook and things like that. And for sure, in this flow, you must send an email that your customers receive after receiving the products and actually trying them. And in this email, you should be asking them to review your products, whether on Instagram or directly on your store, or maybe to send you a photo for the products and things like that. The thank you flow is very important because it will help you to collect your customers' reviews, and not only that, it will actually also help you to manage more customer services, because when you are telling people the answers to all of their questions, they won't need any more to contact you in order to ask more and more questions. So this is for the flows, which are automated emails. In addition to the flows, you must be sending weekly emails to your list, and those we call campaigns, because those are emails that we send manually. I highly recommend you to at least send one email weekly, because in this way you will make sure that you are still in contact with your list and that they don't forget about your brand. So in here you go to campaigns and simply you click on create a campaign. So I'm going to create an email campaign. In here you name your campaign. You can add a tag if you wish. In here you precise the recipient of the email, and you click on continue, and in here you modify your campaigns the same way you have modified your all other emails. Campaigns are very important, and they should actually make most of your money when it comes to email marketing, because you send them whenever you have sales, whenever you are launching a new product, and so on. Always keep in mind that it's very important to be consistent and to always send emails to your list, because in this way you will make sure that your customers will not forget about you. So now we have finished with Klaviyo, and as I promised you, now I'm going to show you the best practices to ensure that you are leveraging email marketing and you are making the most of your email marketing system. The first tip I want to give you is to use split testing. There are many factors that might affect your email system efficiency. That's why it's always very important to do A/B testing in order to see what's working and what's not working. So you can, for example, split test subject lines, you can split test offers, you can split test images, and so on. Always split test one variant, and this way you will get an idea about what's working and what's not working. Now comes my second tips, and it is to leverage storytelling. People like to read stories. That's why whenever you are sending an email, make sure that you are making it a story. Make sure that you are writing as if you are writing to a friend. My tip number 3, and actually it might be my favorite tip, and it is to send text-based emails. I know how intriguing you might feel to send emails with a lot of images and photos and GIFs. I know you want to show your products and you want to show your email list how much your products are pretty and useful. However, emails with a lot of images and photos usually land on promotions folders, and we don't want that. We want the emails to land in the inbox. That's why it's very important that from time to time we send text-based emails. My tip number 4, and it's something many people miss, and it is to always preview your email on mobiles. This is actually very essential. Don't count on Klaviyo's mobile preview. Always send the email to your inbox and check it out on your mobile device, because sometimes it looks horrible, and this is very bad for your conversion rate and for your click-through rate. Now moving to my last 2 tips, and the first one is to include GIFs inside of your emails, because people like them and they engage with them better than they engage with photos. And my final tip ever is to always include a call to action inside of the above the fold content. Okay, we want to directly attract your customers' attention, so you must include your offer or the call to action inside of the first screen on the mobile and inside of the above the fold section on desktop. This is actually very, very essential. So these are my tips, and I hope that will help you to create awesome emails that convert very, very well. Thank you for watching this video and for staying up until the end. I truly appreciate that. Before leaving, I want to invite you to like this video, to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell, and to sign up to my free workshop. Remember, in this workshop, I show you how you can create a sustainable, strong e-commerce business. So if you want to know the exact framework that you should be applying to your business in order to make it sustainable and strong, I highly recommend you to go down and to sign up to this free workshop. It's 100% free and you don't need to pay any dollar. See you next week. Bye bye.